Hello students, I am Sneha Jha. Today we will discuss the second part of the chapter Nutrition in Animals. Okay, so again this is the contents of the chapter. First we will summarize the last lecture, okay, what we have done in the last video. First we will summarize that. Then we will discuss what is tooth decay and how we can prevent it. Then why do we get hiccups while we are eating, or we can say when we are eating in hurry, when we are talking or laughing while eating. Then what is diarrhea and what is the treatment of diarrhea. Then how the digestion takes place in grass eating animals, and finally how the feeding and digestion takes place in amoeba. So first what we will do, we will summarize what we have done in our last lecture. So in our last lecture we have studied about the 5 main steps of nutrition in humans. What are they? Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Also I have written one line for each steps. What is ingestion? It is the process of taking food inside our body, and in human we are doing it with the help of our mouth or buccal cavity. Next is digestion. It is the breaking down of complex substances into simpler ones. What is complex substances? All the components of food, they are complex substances and they are broken down into simpler ones. Next is absorption. After the process of digestion, the digested food is absorbed into the blood with the help of villi. Next is assimilation. After the absorption, then the next step is assimilation. So in this what happened? The absorbed food moves to the cells of the body where they are used for different purposes. For example, glucose is used in respiration to provide us energy. And last is egestion. Egestion is getting rid of undigested or waste materials from our body. Next, again we will study in brief what is the process of digestion, or what are the main points that is involved in the process of digestion, so that we will have a quick recap of the chapter. Okay, so first we take food into our mouth with the help of we will take food into our mouth, and our mouth or buccal cavity has salivary glands which secretes saliva. And what is the function of saliva? It breaks down starch into sugar. What is starch? It is a type of carbohydrate. Now from the mouth, the swallowed food passes into the food pipe or esophagus, and from where it goes into the stomach. And this movement of pushing food downwards takes place throughout the alimentary canal, and this is known as what? Peristalsis. Now from the food pipe, the food goes into the stomach, and the inner lining of stomach secretes what? Mucus, hydrochloric acid and digestive juices. And what is the function of mucus? It protects the inner lining of stomach. What is the function of hydrochloric acid? It kills the bacteria that comes along with the food and provides acidic medium for the process of digestion. And next, it secretes digestive juices also, which breaks proteins into simpler substances. So in stomach, proteins breaks down into simpler substances. Now from the stomach, the food goes into the small intestine, and small intestine receives secretions from liver and pancreas. Both these are the glands, and liver is the largest gland of our body. It secretes bile juice which help in the digestion of fat, and pancreas secretes pancreatic juice which acts on all 3 components of food, that is carbohydrates, proteins and fats. And then the food passes into the lower part of the small intestine, where the walls of the small intestine secretes digestive juices, and here what happened? The process of digestion is complete. That means all the components of food breaks down into simpler substances. For example, carbohydrates breaks down into sugar, proteins breaks down into amino acids, fats break down into fatty acids and glycerol. And then what happens? Absorption takes place. That means the digested food is absorbed into the blood with the help of villi. Now again, what is villi? If you remember, it is the finger-like outgrowth. It is a finger-like outgrowth which increases the surface area for absorption of the digested food. How does it increase the surface area? Each villus has a network of blood vessels close to its surface, and this surface of villi, it absorbs the digested food materials. Okay, and then afterwards what happened? By the process of assimilation, this absorbed food goes to each and every cells of the body. Okay, each and every cells of the body where they are utilized for different purposes. Okay, for example, glucose breaks down with the help of oxygen into carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released. And after this thing I have not written here, from the small intestine, the undigested and unabsorbed food, where does it enters? It enters the large intestine. And here what happens? Its main function is to absorb water and salt from the undigested food. And then what happens? Remaining waste materials, where does it goes? It goes into the rectum and it remains there as semi-solid phases. And from the anus, from time to time, this undigested food, the semi-solid phases, is removed from the body, and this process is known as egestion. Okay, this is known as what? Egestion. Next is what causes tooth decay. Tooth decay, I think all of you know about this term, that is tooth decay. Okay, so damaging the teeth. Damage means when the teeth are damaged, that is known as what? Tooth decay. How does it take place? Actually, what happened? Bacteria, they are present in our mouth, but they are not harmful to us. But when we do not clean our mouth, in that condition, what happened? These bacteria start growing and they live in our mouth. And then what happens when we when we eat our food? Then from the leftover food, what happened? This bacteria, it breaks sugar into acids, and this acids damages the teeth, and this is known as what? Tooth decay. Okay, so bacteria present in our mouth, it breaks down sugar that is present in our leftover food and releases acids. Okay, and this is known as what? Tooth decay. And we all know that it can be prevented by brushing our teeth twice a day, or by using a floss. We should clean in between the teeth also. So in this way we can prevent tooth decay. Next is, why do we get hiccups when we eat in hurry, laugh or talk while eating? Actually, children, in our throat, this windpipe and food pipe, they run adjacent to each other. They share a common passage. So what happened? It is the mechanism is, when we eat the food, what happens? This food, this windpipe, it gets closed by a valve, and it guides the food where? Into the food pipe, and food pipe takes the food into the stomach for the process of digestion. But sometimes when we eat in hurry, this food, instead of entering the food pipe, it enters the windpipe. And the function of windpipe is it carries air from the nostril to the lungs for the process of respiration. So if accidentally food enters into the windpipe, then what happens? We feel choked and we get hiccups or cough. Okay, so that is why we are getting hiccups when we eat in hurry, laugh or talk while eating. Next is, what is diarrhea? So this term, I think again is very clear to you. When we experience the need to pass watery stool frequently, this condition is known as diarrhea. So in this condition we are feeling very weak. Why? Because of the excessive loss of water and salts from the body. Okay, so if we are suffering from a condition that is known as diarrhea, even before consulting a doctor, we should drink plenty of boiled and cooled water with a pinch of salt and sugar dissolved in it, and this is known as what? ORS, oral rehydration solution. Okay. Next is how digestion takes place in grass eating animals. This is bit different from us human beings. Actually, when you observe some grass eating animals like cows, buffalo, etc., you must have observed that they are continuously chewing. Even when they are not eating, they are chewing. Actually, what happens, when they feed on grass, they quickly swallow it and they store in a rumen. They store in a part of the stomach known as rumen, and here the food gets partially digested, not completely digested, partially digested, and is called as cud, C-U-D, cud. And what happened later on, this cud returns to the mouth in small lumps and animal chews it. This process is called rumination, and the animals are known as what? Ruminants. And we cannot digest grass. Why? Because grass is rich in cellulose, and we human beings do not have cellulose digestive bacteria in our body. Okay, so understood who all are ruminants? Grass eating animals. And what is rumination? The way they are taking out the cud from the stomach and into the mouth and continuously they chew it. This process is known as what? Rumination. And these animals also, like horse, rabbit, they have a large sac-like structure called cecum between the esophagus and the small intestine. The cellulose of the food is digested here by the action of certain bacteria which are not present in humans. Okay, so we cannot digest cellulose, we cannot digest grass. Why? Because we are not having cellulose digestive bacteria in our body. Now till now we have studied the types of animals who have a proper digestive system. Now we will study about some organisms which do not have a proper digestive system. So we will learn another interesting way of food intake. So we will study about feeding and digestion in amoeba. What is amoeba? It is a microscopic. That means we cannot observe it with the help of our naked eye. We can see only with the help of a microscope. It is a single celled organism, and where we can see it? It is found in pond water, still water, stagnant water. This amoeba has a cell membrane. This is a figure of amoeba. In a picture you can see the cell membrane means the outer boundary. Okay, and dense nucleus is at the center, and this small bubbles like structure, these are known as food vacuole. Okay, and this amoeba, it does not have a fixed shape as we have a fixed shape. These amoeba do not have a fixed shape. It can change its shape and position. So what happened? It projects whenever it feels like it pushes out one or more finger like projections, and these are known as what? Pseudopodia or false feet. False feet. Okay, these are known as pseudopodia or false feet. Actually, what happens when this amoeba senses food, like if food is coming nearby to it, what happens? It projects the pseudopodia and engulfs it. Means it takes the food inside its body. Then it takes this food into its food vacuole, and this food vacuole, it secretes digestive juices where the food is digested. Okay, where the food is digested, absorbed, and undigested food is pushed out from the body of the vacuole and finally from the body of the amoeba. This is how the digestion takes place in amoeba. Okay, now again I have written here, you can see here, amoeba feeds on some microscopic organisms. When it senses food, it pushes out pseudopodia around the food particle and engulfs it. The food becomes trapped in a food vacuole. Digestive juices are secreted into the food vacuole. They act on the food and break it down into simpler substances. Gradually, the digested food is absorbed. and the absorbed substances are used for growth, maintenance and multiplication. Multiplication means from one amoeba to many amoeba. This is the process of reproduction. Okay, multiplication. The undigested residue of the food is expelled outside by the vacuole. The basic process of digestion of food and release of energy is the same in all types of animals. So, till here our chapter is done. Now again we will summarize the chapter. We will discuss about all the main points that are present in this chapter. First, 5 main steps of nutrition in animals. Ingestion, process of taking food. Digestion, breaking down of complex into simpler substances. Absorption, after the process of digestion, the digested food is absorbed into the blood. Assimilation, after the absorption, the digested food goes to each and every cells for various purposes. And last, egestion. The undigested or unabsorbed food is eliminated from our body through the anus, and this is known as what? Egestion. Process of digestion, it includes so many organs and salivary glands. First, the food goes into the mouth. It has salivary glands. It secretes saliva, which breaks down starch into sugars. Then food goes into the food pipe. From food pipe, the food goes into the stomach. It secretes mucus and hydrochloric acids and digestive juices. Mucus, it protects the inner lining of the stomach. Hydrochloric acids, it provides acidic medium for the process of digestion. And digestive juices, it breaks down proteins into simpler forms. Then from stomach, the food goes into the small intestine. Here it receives secretion from liver, pancreas, and also the walls of small intestine also secretes digestive juices. Here the process of digestion is complete. Okay, it is complete. And now from the small intestine, the food goes into the large, undigested food goes into the large intestine. And the main function of large intestine is to absorb water and salt from undigested food. And what happens then? It is undigested food is removed with the help of anus from the body from time to time, and this process is known as what? Egestion. Then what we have done? Tooth decay. The bacteria that is present in our mouth, if we will not clean our mouth, then what will happen? It will break down the sugar that is present in the food in our mouth. It breaks down the sugar into acids, and this acid result in tooth decay, damages the teeth, and we can prevent it by cleaning the mouth time to time, by brushing the teeth. Okay. Next is what? Why do we get hiccups while eating? Okay. So in our throat, if while eating, if we are talking, or we are eating in hurry, or we are laughing, then what happened? The food goes into the windpipe instead of food pipe, and then we are feeling choked. Okay, that time we are getting hiccups. Now what is diarrhea? When we pass watery stool frequently, this condition is known as diarrhea, and we can treat it at home also by using ORS, oral rehydration solution. Now next is how digestion takes place in grass eating animals. This process is known as rumination, and the animals are known as ruminants. What happened? They swallow the grass. These animals, they swallow the grass and keep it in a part of stomach, rumen, okay, as cud, partially digested food. And from time to time, this cud, they bring the cud into their mouth in their small lumps, and that is why whenever we are observing them, they are continuously eating even when they are not eating. Okay, so they are continuously chewing even when they are not eating, and this process is known as rumination. Also, cellulose is a type of carbohydrate that is present in grass, and we cannot digest cellulose. Why? Because we do not have bacteria that can digest cellulose. Next is how the feeding and digestion takes place in amoeba. This amoeba, it does not have a proper digestive system as we have, but then also it has what? It is amoeba is a small microscopic organism. it has cell membrane, it has nucleus, it has food vacuole. So whenever it senses food, it projects out as pseudopodia. It takes food inside its body. It keep it in a food vacuole. Its food vacuole secrete digestive juices. They digest the food, and then that food is utilized for their growth, maintenance, multiplication, and unabsorbed, undigested food is thrown out from the food vacuole and finally from the body of the amoeba. So the basic process of digestion is same in all types of animals. For example, in all types of animals, by the process of digestion, what happened? They are getting energy for growth, maintenance, and for multiplication. Okay, the basic process of digestion, that is breaking down of complex substances into simpler one, is same in all types of animals. I hope so. With this, we have come to an end of this chapter. Okay, so I hope you all have understood this chapter, children. So thank you, children.